Normally I wanted to use from today the Platonic symbols, but I expand this this recording a little, and that's why I decided to give it also some more alive scenery, like this in front of you, instead of just Platonic symbols. While I talk for to have a more interesting picture to look at while listening, just for fun. So more or less, for the eye. As I woke up, my father told me that the street where someone very close associated of me is living, the exact next main street, the connecting street to the one-way, no, not one-way, to the end of Road Street of them, where they live. I don't know how this is called. Sackgasse in German. Let's see. I have a computer. Dead end. Blind alley. Yeah, the street which connects, where the dead alley is from, or is coming from. I don't know how to say this. Where this street where the arm of the dead end, or of what was that? Oh, I forgot. Dead end. Blind alley. Yeah, the street where this thing is starting. on that street, yeah, no, that street was in the news yesterday, and yesterday's the day when I made the first ritual. One day earlier, I told JJ, Kavio, and Zanaya and Dwayne um, to please make already something for me for the next day. Yeah, and yesterday was this street of that person or persons in the news. And I thought I'm sure I think I know which news program this was. I will record that. I will figure out that, but I think it was also on all of them, or on the most, for sure. However, at least I will find it definitely because my parents view the same sources for news, so it won't be hard to find. Yeah, and as I watched the first one that I thought it likely will be, I did not complete it this till now. I only taken a hinge, what is this called? A short view of this. I only watched a little bit of it, and in the first the first thing, I will also record that just for myself with a screen recorder, because it can't be downloaded from RTL now. This was the thing of RTL now at 6 p.m. RTL Aktuell, and there the thing the news program. This news program starts with the information, or with the with mentioning that this is yesterday was, or that this day is, so to speak, was the exactly 4 weeks, exactly 4 weeks after the attack on Ukraine started. And so if you go back to last year, my rituals started with April 14th, and was 21 days from that. Each day one ritual, like now. And yesterday is exact 21 days till the 17th of April. The second rituals that I made, the second channel, we go is it also could mean, like, in German you say, instead of what's up, you say was geht. And we go can also be a little like, yeah, no, it can also be said like, we go, like, what's up, we go. In German, what's up is was geht, what walks, so to speak, or yeah, what goes. And then what goes, we go. That's also a way to look at it. For, like, mention this because of divinity tendencies of our soul, or yeah. And yeah, then the second, yeah, on We Go, or on the second channel, on the 2-language channel. As I explained yesterday, this was the second channel was because of a dream where I was where the ability of war was brought into my attention, and there the strong impulse to make this for preventing negative outcome if something like that would happen, to provide the spiritual world with ability to show themselves, so that if a war comes, then people can be yeah, atheism is a reason to think nothing matters, but or yeah, to go with things, yeah, to go with killing or stuff, because if anything, nothing matters, then like making the best out of the outcome for yourself, and even if it meant to kill others. This is atheistic, very possible worldview or view on the things, but if you're not atheistic, then you think more about uh, like, is it worth it, or is it fair, something like that. If it is the better way to attack than finding another solution. If you are atheistic, then this answer is easier to be answered with like, I need a good life, so suffering of others is not so much. Maybe you don't think like my suffering is you don't set your own suffering in relation with other suffering. You just try to not suffer yourself. I was missing the right word here. Vermeiden was the German word. Avoid. You just try to avoid your own suffering. Because you have the argument that nothing matters anyway. Is my interpretation, but I think it's also something you can't argue with. But let's say it's my interpretation. And yeah, this was so this thing started the whole thing started April 17th, was 21 days. From that was the first one. Then of that came a dream, after that I had a dream, which made me do the second channel with also the information in the dream that initiated this, that the subject is war. And now today in yesterday in 21 days, when I also had the strong impulse to and no, I even woke up with it was it had to do with dreaming something also. And I don't know if I mentioned it. I dreamed about, I had this thing here in the dream, in my as I woke up, I had this in remembrance somehow. It was not so much like in a dream. It was between sleeping and waking up. popping up in my intention. I just had like carried this out of my dream, uh, uh, not as an element of the dream, more like an image that I saw um, while waking up from sleeping, or being like about to wake up, something like that. This was like the last image that I saw in my dream, or however to say this. Um, uh, yeah, and this is I used that for making the for making this thing in my finger. Um, to get blood out of there. Um, but but I would say don't do that. Definitely, because it's I might as well use a little bit of hair or fingernail for ether, but I just think it's uh, yeah. I thought it would also be looking a little weird, strange, to to use fingernails or to use hair. It would be more weird to do that instead of blood. Um, this is like a real match, I would say, for the elements when you use blood for ether. This is however, I think it's but it's also not so good to do that, because you could give yourself an infection in that way. Very, very real danger. I would say so. I will not do that in the future. I only had not figured out yet what to do instead. Um, yeah. So. So 21 from the day that originated it, then the dream for the second channel, where it was about war, then 21 days before um, April 17th is day exactly 1 month, day exactly uh, 4 weeks uh, after the war started. Just a thing to if the first ritual was about synchronicity. That is a synchronicity, and a large one. Um, and this would not have happened if I would not have dreamed this thing. Also, again, it would not have happened if I would not have had this dream. And I don't know if I said it correct. So this street, what I was talking about, was in the in the news yesterday. And because my father told me this, I taken a look in the Mediathek of RTL Now. This is in Germany, private ran one of the largest private ran TV satellite stations, and fixed. They don't only send by satellite, but I just said it like that. Just one of the largest private channels in television. um, yeah, you just have to wander in that, draw yourself a mind map, or a thing on paper with the timings written on it, and then yeah, this this is some outstanding timing. Or yeah, time map, timeline. Very very much so. Um, and also without this coincidence, with with that accident yesterday, this also would not have come to my attention. This was also to be mentioned in the corner of synchronicity or synchronicities. And Ingrid Auer makes a peace meditation today. Exactly 3 weeks ago, she made a peace. No, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. I'm not exactly sure, but yeah, from like 2 or 3 weeks ago, she made made a Zoom talk. This is a streaming where she introduced other peoples to how to make a prayer thing in her way with her tools, and this was like 100 or 150 people live making this prayer with the symbols, and let this lay for 2 or 3 weeks, which was the which she said it should be done by her in like her way. And I also made one of them. It's also still here. And today is the day for the second part where she will make a meditation. And this was also I thought I had forgotten, or I thought I was not been sent the email, but yesterday then I figured out by calling them. They told me then that it will be today, and yeah, also something worth mentioning. Mm, if you believe in things like that, it's like the like this being real precognition. If there's something to this here, then what you just see is true precognition, true intervention of the spirit world, because the timeline is perfect of this year. Most people think of precognition like someone watching into the future. There's no such thing as watching into the future. There's only the ability that some, in our words, alive thing on the from the beyond tells someone something what will definitely happen, because plans that are maybe like that there's just this is not like watching into the future. This is more like seeing events coming anyway, so to speak. This is more in I think the interpretation of precognition is has to be had to be explained, because I'm working with it, and this is so precognition is not taking a look into the future. It's just channeling, and this is then someone telling you something, and not someone looking into the future. There's just a difference. I wanted to point this out here, because this is the only way that this makes sense. But if you ever saw a thing like that, then you would come earlier or later yourself to the conclusion, because watching into the future is something. And then you also see like that watching into the future, so to speak, this precognition is not something weird, what makes the whole life weird. Because if you think like precognition would be real, like taking a look into the future, this would mean like what the word determination means. This means like there's no choice if I walk left or right. You only can like what everything would be like watching a movie. And but if you think about precognition like just the spiritual world is contacting you and making conversation with you about stuff, then this is more then this not necessary. Then this does not bring this weird thought of everything being determinated, everything being fixed from the beginning, like only sitting here watching a movie and not be able to decide anything, like that I would not be able to make this here, because yeah, if you think and that's why this was important to me. If you think in a wrong way about precognition, then you think like watching into the future, and this would mean like the future would be fixed. But take this for example, if there is something to this, then this here is precognition, but precognition is something different than you than the average person thinks, because precognition has nothing to do with watching into the future. This is just like having a dream where something was where you are the receiver from someone sending something, or something sending something. This is not like watching into the future. This is something sending something.